We dive into the fourth race. Dave Brower, a very nice top selection by you. In the third race, you got a nice, generous 6-1 mutual on Captain Barbosa, who turned in a big effort there. The favorites here at the beach, off stride on the far turn. So we move on down to the third division of the Stay Hungry this afternoon. You and I are going to shuffle the deck up slightly. You're getting a much better price with your top selection once more. I came back with the 3 Manticore. He's been very consistent. He's hit the board in all 8 starts, 151,000. Just love this guy the way he goes, Dave. Just a $20,000 yearling. A last fall sort of Western ideal for Peter Bruce Saunders in the connections. And we get Sears in the bike here for the first time this afternoon.
Well, he's tackled some really good colts along the way. He's developed nicely for Bruce Saunders, and it's nice to see him here on the Grand Circuit with some clients that he's had horses for a long time, the M&L Delaware and the M&M Harness Racing. Really think Manticore is going to step up his game today on the mile track. If he does, then he will give Cattle Wash, my top pick, all he can handle. Cattle Wash, you know, I wish we had a story here on what happened last time in the PA Sire Stakes Championship. It was probably the only dull effort that he's turned in. This is a homebred for Bill Donovan, who we had on the set yesterday. Was happy to have him talk to us for a little while. But Cattle Wash, just looking for a big bounce back from him this afternoon. Hopefully he'll be in position to give Manticore a real good challenge.
Yes, the fourth race here, Dave. Sorry, cut out just a moment there once more. Heading into that. I'm interested to see, though, we both used the one Fortify, who was fourth in that Kentucky Sire Stakes final. He's back with that inside post here. Did have a nice trip there. He's finished it behind a good trio. A definitely type of horse that could be on the ticket at least.
Homebred for the Diamond Creek Farm, the one Fortify here. Brian Brown does the training. It looks like after a little bit of a slow start to his career, he has definitely come around once he reached the Red Mile here. Now, I'm not going to take anything away from the winner, Catch the Fire, in that championship $250,000 final a couple of weeks ago. This guy had to wait for the cover flow. And again, you know, it's really hard to gain into one of those very fast miles. The final time was 1:49.4. He was in the flow and ended up finishing fourth, beaten 4 lengths. So, you know, it was a good effort. You know, he's not facing Catch the Fire here today. So move inside. The post relief will help. And Scott Zeron, of course, was one of the heroes last night with that steer behind Jimmy Freight, I think, in the Dayton Pacing Derby. So he could be hot, and that would be one you would want to include in your gimmick tickets right now up there. Just click down to 5-1 from 6-1.
And Dave Miller had his, or at least he was listed, we should say, on number 2, Father Nuno, and the favorite here, Manticore. He ends up on the 2, Father Nuno. Thought that was a bit curious. He comes off a winning effort there. But it was against the Overnight Company. It was 5 cents on the dollar. Probably not an overly difficult group that he beat up last time.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a tough choice for him. He does a lot of driving for the Cancellieri brothers. Now, the pedigree here, of course, is what you really need to look at, the $360,000 yearling buy in Lexington here last fall. Well, why? Because he's a full brother to Captain Treacherous, so he will come to his speed. It might take a little bit of time, but Father Nuno, one to watch for today to see if he follows up that nice confidence-building win down in Harris, Philly, where he was 5 cents on the dollar. So he was supposed to win that day. You know, maybe he'll step up and tackle these better colts today and start living up to that regal and royal pedigree.
5 Eastside Hanover was a big long shot there at the Metro, but did take an aggressive swing. He faded just a bit late. He was in deep there, but maybe a bit of a softer spot, at least overall, for him this afternoon.
Yeah, he had a little rough time up there against the top colts in the Champlain and the Metro here. He was good early on for Tony Alagna, who decided to start this one up in Canada for owner Brad Grant. Eastside Hanover, I don't know what we're going to see today. We just saw a nice improvement there from Captain Barbosa. Eastside Hanover, Andy McCarthy may take a look, you know, over to his left when they're behind the gate and then make a split decision on whether he's going to put him right into play like he did last time or wait to follow one of the favorites. Should be an interesting tactical event.
Should be, and the Four Roses Bourbon starting gate is moving into position. It is post time for the fourth race. Starter call. Should be